Support for Mission Nonprofit is provided by Thurston Talk.
Hi, welcome to Mission Nonprofit. I'm your host, Robert Cam. On Mission Nonprofit, we feature a local nonprofit organization from the Thurston County area that's making a difference in our community. And this month, we have Cella Hyde from Concern for Animals. Hi, Cella. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So you guys help domesticated animals, not livestock, not wildlife, but people's pets. How long have you been doing this in Olympia?
Concern for Animals was founded in 1980, so about 40 years we've been serving the pets of Thurston, Mason, and Lewis County.
And who qualifies for your assistance? And what kind of assistance do you offer?
We offer vouchers from different programs so we can help with emergency medical costs, spay-neuter procedures, treatments for small animals like ferrets, rabbits, guinea pigs. And we can do it for anyone in Thurston, Mason, and Lewis County who is low income, a senior receiving state or federal benefits, or full-time students.
Wow, so a lot of people qualify. What do they do if they want to receive your assistance? How do they get it?
Well, the easiest way to see if you qualify and get the voucher sent to your vet is you just give us a call. One of our volunteers or staff member will return your call if you leave a message. We do get a lot of messages, so just always leave a message. We return your call, and then we work with you. If you qualify, we send the voucher directly to your vet, and they apply it towards your bill.
All right, so if your animal is sick, you guys can help. If they just need to be spayed or neutered, you guys can help. Is there a limit to, this assistance? I mean, is it like an insurance company, pre-qualified conditions and stuff like that? What does qualify? What kind of vet services?
So that's a good question. A lot of our grants have the stipulation that it has to be a non-routine medical concern. So we can't help you with the cost of your routine exam for your dog, but if your dog is suddenly throwing up for no reason, we can help you pay to get in to see that. With certain grants, though, we can do things. Some of our senior grants will allow anything that seniors need help with. We even have grants that'll help with senior grooming so that they don't have to worry about taking care of that on their own.
Oh, okay. So that is a regular occurrence or expense that they can get assistance with. And of course, food. You have a animal food bank. Can you tell me more about how that works?
Yeah, we have a weekly pet food bank. In the past, before the pandemic hit, we would have every Tuesday open for folks to come by and get pet food. It's by appointment now, so it's kind of a little more prepared beforehand. But essentially, if you are in that low income bracket, or if you've lost wages due to COVID, you can call us, set up an appointment, and we'll supply you with food for your cat, dog. We have supplies for birds, lizards, and small animals like ferrets and guinea pigs. We have treats, food, supplies like leashes and harnesses. So we really try to give everything that a pet would need, including the enrichment tools like toys and treats, because they shouldn't go without.
Okay. Some of those items you are donated to you, and so you accept donations. Can you tell me a little bit more about what kind of donations you're looking for from people that may have lost a pet and want to get rid of some stuff, or they know somebody that lost a pet and anyway.
Yeah. So we accept all kinds of things. The food bank is our biggest program that takes donations. We will take any food as long as it's still in the original container. So if you have a large bag of dog kibble, as long as it's still in that original package, even if it's been opened and your dog tried it and didn't like it, you can give us that bag. We distribute it out at the food bank. And if we can't use it, like sometimes people will give us prescription items, which we're not a veterinary office, we can't disperse it. We can connect with other nonprofits that are in the animal welfare realm and give it to them if they can disperse. We work a lot with Old Dog Haven and Second Chance Dogs, where we'll give them things that we can't disperse, but they can use, like diet-specific food, diabetes equipment. So anything you feel like someone else could use for their pet, you can donate it to us and we will make sure it gets in the hands of someone who needs it.
Is that just like a drop-off thing? Should they call you beforehand? Obviously, now with COVID, they might have to make an appointment to do something like that. What's the protocol?
In the past, it was just drop by whenever you want. We have cats on site, love on them. But currently, it does have to be a call beforehand, and it's contactless drop off. So you would call, let us know what you are going to donate, and you leave it on the door and knock or ring the doorbell, and staff brings it in after you walk away.
Now, you just said something that you've kept cats on site for people to come love on them. Tell me more about that.
So part of our programs is we run a very niche adoption program. It's niche in the fact that we specifically catch feral kittens and rehabilitate them in our office for adoption. So these are cats that you see on the street that run away from you. They're having litters of kittens. We have independent trappers throughout Thurston, Mason, and Lewis counties who catch them, bring them to us, and then we get them acclimated to home life and adopt them out. We do about 65 adoptions a year of feral kittens, and they're always on site. They always need to be socialized, so they're always ready for love.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, I know you also do a catch and release for feral grown cats. Tell me what you do for those cats.
So again, working with those independent trappers, they will go into feral colonies and they will catch adult cats. And those adult cats then go to a couple different veterinary partners that we use to get spayed or neutered and then released again. These are cats that would not respond well to being in a human-run environment like a home. So there's not a chance of rehabilitation. But in giving them the spay or neuter procedure, we lower the number of cats that can be produced in those colonies, and we save them from medical complications that can happen from pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. That's an important service. So if you find kittens, you rehabilitate those, you adopt them out. You have a short little video with pictures of a bunch of cute little kittens. Why don't we take a look at that? We'll come back and talk some more. Welcome back to Mission Nonprofit. If you're just joining us, our guest for today is Concern for Animals, and with me to talk about them is Cella Hyde. And Cella, we're back, and after that video, I'm sure everybody just wants to come and adopt a kitten.
Well, if you are interested, we would love to have an application in. Part of what makes our program special is that we're very focused on the fit of the cat with the family. So if you are interested, you can always visit our website, and on the adoption page, you can see who's at the office and set up a meeting.
Are you saying you can see the cats that are there? No. You
Yes.
you can.
Appointment only right now, but they're still ready for you.
Okay, great. So your website, let's mention that it's concernforanimals.org, so they can go there if they want to check out kitten adoptions or any of your other services, want to donate or volunteer or anything like that. Now, a lot of this is funded from grants. You have grants to pay for your medical expenses that you give to pet owners that need assistance. Also, the food that you give out at the pet food bank. Tell me a little bit more about your grants and how all that works.
Most of our funding for our programs does come through grants. We have some strong community partners that have given us grants year over year that end up supporting the medical programs, the senior programs, the small animal grants. We apply for them regularly. We're always trying to kind of broaden what we do. We're looking at things like funding for vaccinations and mobile veterinary clinics for 2021 and forward, because a lot of people now with the current climate have to stay indoors and they're a high risk population. So we wanted to try and find grants that can help us with that. Yeah, and we are constantly applying for them. We also do accept donations to our programs. So if somebody wants to help support us, but there's a specific program that speaks to them, they can donate directly to that program to help those pets in need.
Like if they prefer to help seniors that need help, or then they can designate that donation toward that program. Or,
Exactly.
or if they want to reduce the feral cat population, that's probably a different fund.
Yeah, so they're all different funds. It really helps when people contribute to them. We do have we have very strong community partners in Olympia, though. The Thurston County Humane Society just restocked our entire pet food bank through a grant, and so all of it pays off. With more people than ever needing assistance, everything helps.
So tell me about your fundraiser that you have to raise money in addition to the grants you get and stuff. You also have to keep the doors open. You have to pay the electric bills. That stuff isn't funded by grants. What do you do to make ends meet?
So you're right, it's not funded by grants. We usually use all of our grant applications for the programs. Very rarely do we apply for any kind of administrative grant. So we use our annual fundraiser, Toast for Tails, to raise our administrative costs. And we use smaller events throughout the year, like our annual plant sale or garage sale with Gull Harbor Lutheran Church. But this year specifically, all we have to raise funds for 2021 is Toast for Tails. So it's usually a wine, beer, cider, and more tasting with a live and silent auction. This year we are going virtual instead of going to the Tumwater Event Center. So it's going to be a whole week from November 9th to 14th of different ways that you can support animals in the Olympia community.
All online, huh? And you're working on the details for that now, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do people get involved with that? If they want to attend, how do they get notified? What do we do? How do we get it on our calendars? How do we get registered?
So it's nice this year. Normally, when we're at the event center in Tumwater, there's a cap of 300 people that can attend, which has been a sad moment for a lot of our followers and supporters in the past because we have over 5,000 of them in Olympia. So trying to fit all of them into one building hasn't worked. But this year, since it's virtual and there's no at the door ticket fee, everyone can attend. Our biggest way to get involved would probably be donating items or services if you're a business owner that can, or if you want to sponsor, just any kind of donation to help it go on, to add to the auction, the live and silent. To be able to attend, all you do is follow our Facebook page. We'll be posting all kinds of information about it. We have a guide on how you can sign up to bid. So everything will be through Facebook or our website. You can sign up for our newsletters. And if you have specific questions about getting involved, you can always send an email to odc.cfa@gmail.com, and they can answer any questions or concerns that you have about it.
Well, people you're looking for volunteers, you're looking for donations, you're looking for donated items. What kind of volunteers do you need? What would they do? I guess it might be different right now with COVID, but what do they normally do? And then what are they going to do right now?
So normally before COVID, we've had volunteers help with Toast for Tails in helping with data entry, with running beverages, with setting up the event because our silent auction would be at the event center. So we had tons of tables filled with items. For this year's Toast for Tails, we're looking for anyone who wants to help with administrative work, but outside of the events, we always need volunteers for cat care, which sounds glamorous, but there is cleaning litter boxes involved. You just also get climbed on by a ton of kittens at the same time.
And
So cat care, we have phones that need operational support. And a lot of our volunteers have found it very fulfilling to do that because you get to answer the phone for pet parents that think that they're out of options, and you get to give them additional options to help their pet. So almost anything you can do, we have a need for, and we're happy to work with you and set up a volunteer situation. Our volunteer hours also count as community service hours and towards graduation requirements.
excellent. Those trappers that you speak about, those probably aren't volunteer positions. You don't want people running out and trapping cats.
So it's a middle ground. We have
Okay.
independent trappers we work with to supply our adoption program, and we also rent out traps. So if you have a feral colony living on your property, we can rent out the traps to you, and you can send those cats through our trap, neuter, and release program. We just can't guarantee that one of our independent trappers will be there with you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess normally when people do trap a cat or something, they probably take it to animal services. Do they work with you guys on this, or do they do their own thing?
We kind of have our own programs that way. We do a lot of work with Joint Animal Services. They're a strong community partner to us. They've supplied food for our pet food bank and worked with us in some different situations. For example, this is a wonderful story. Last year, someone abandoned a cat that was about 13 years old on the Concern for Animal doorstep. And she was very terrified, extremely old, and it was just a very sad story. Unfortunately, because we have an at-risk population of feral kittens inside, we can't take a cat that's dropped off. So we took her up to Joint Animal Services. A lot of people were worried that because of her age, there wouldn't be a chance for her, that she might kind of get left behind. But the team at Joint Animal Services went above and beyond. And Ramona the cat is now living in a wonderful home where she's the star of everyone's day and has a giant bay window that she sits at all the time. So
Nice.
if you have a cat to drop off, I would recommend you take it to Joint Animal Services. We can't accept it on our site, so we would be taking it there anyway.
Okay. You accept feral cats, but you take them straight to the vet, and then you release them. But you don't take domesticated cats that are unwanted.
Yeah, and taking the feral cats, what you would do is if you rent one of our traps and you catch the feral cat, you're going to drop it off at one of our spay neuter partners, and we will send a voucher to them.
Okay. With the donated items, like the dog harnesses, pet beds, and food and stuff, how do those get dispersed to people that need them? They just call you and say, "Hey, I need this," and you might have them on site. Is that what?
Yeah, so the way the food bank and accepting the donations works is, of course, accepting donations. Just give us a call and leave them at the door. When you sign up for the food bank, you'll call and speak with one of our team members. They'll confirm that you're in Thurston, Mason, or Lewis County. They'll confirm that you receive state or federal benefits or fall into the low income qualifiers. And we also confirm if your pet is spayed or neutered. It doesn't necessarily count you out for services, but we want to encourage it. It's one of our biggest missions because overpopulation and pregnancy complications are a huge problem in the pet world. So we check all those things. If you qualify, you let us know. how big is your dog? What breed is your dog? Does your dog or cat have any food allergies? And we create a combination of wet, dry food and treats, as well as any supplies that you request. So if you needed a kennel, you would say, I need a kennel. Or last year we had an elderly dog that needed some kind of memory foam padding bed because his joints were getting so bad. And we have all those kind of things on site. We just have to have the specific request to look for them.
And the spaying and neuter program is free for anybody that qualifies. That's one of the medical procedures that you pay for 100%. There's probably never an issue, right? Because you've got enough grants.
So the way that our vouchers work, we don't cover the full cost of your spay neuter. We cover a portion of it, and then you're responsible for the remainder.
Oh, okay.
But between us and other entities that we work with, we can drastically reduce the cost of a spay neuter procedure, which is one of the biggest hurdles people face when getting it. And as that price continues to go up as time goes by, we will continue to search for grant funding to cover more and more of the procedure.
And the kittens that you have available for adoption, they're all spayed and neutered, I'd assume?
Yes, so our adoption cost is $115, and what that kind of covers is the cats will be spayed, neutered, they'll be litter trained, they will be up to date on all vaccinations, they'll be dewormed, they'll be everything in the world will be done to them, and they will just be ready to go home.
Ready to go. That sounds great. So if you're looking for a kitten, I'd call you guys first. Let's talk about some of the other organizations that are in town that might be useful to pet owners, especially exotic pet owners.
Yeah, Tiny Tails and Scales has a lot more focus. So we do have small animal grants, but Tiny Tails and Scales, as their name implies, is specifically there to work with your animals like guinea pigs, like chinchillas, like ferrets, like bearded dragons and gecko kind of situations. So they're going to be a great resource for people in Olympia who might not have even realized that was a thing. A lot of people who own these small animals are like, do regular vets even look at guinea pigs? Because it feels so out of the norm. And so this is a good resource that can connect you with everything you need for that small animal.
Okay, awesome. Well, to recap, if anybody needs assistance and they qualify for food assistance, or if they're a student or if they're a senior, they probably qualify for your assistance, and they should go to your website, give you a call and tell you that they need help, and they will make sure that they're qualified, and then they can get assistance from you. So I want to thank you for being on the show. Is there anything we didn't talk about that you'd like to mention before we go?
No, we covered pretty much everything. Just reach out to us if you need help. If you don't need help, but you want to support animals in need, you can make a donation, you can support a program, or you can just follow us on Facebook. We do post a lot of cute cats. So it's kind of what the internet was made for.
So what is your Facebook link, or how do you get to your Facebook?
So if you go to Facebook, it's just Concern for Animals, and it should pull us right up.
All right. And they should add you or follow you, like the page?
Yes, all of the above. We put out all kinds of alerts about our events, about adoptable kittens, about other groups that we work with. So it's just a great resource in the Olympia area if you have a pet.
Excellent. Well, thanks for all you do for our pet population here in the Olympia area.
Oh, thank you for having us. It's been great.
All right. Thanks, Cella.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching Mission Nonprofit. If you'd like to donate money, items, or volunteer for Concern for Animals, go to their website at concernforanimals.org. You can also call 360-456-8176 to find out if you qualify for assistance. Make sure you leave a message and someone will get back to you. Or send an email to odc.cfa@gmail.com. Watch Mission Nonprofit on Channel 77 on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., Fridays at 12 p.m., and Saturdays at 2:30 a.m., 10 a.m., and 6:30 p.m. You can also catch it online at tcmedia.org.
Support for Mission Nonprofit is provided by Thurston Talk.